Good morning, everyone. Hey, it's Carrie. How are you on this Monday? You know how I feel about Mondays. Great opportunity to reset your direction, your attitude, catch up. It's a new opportunity. It's a new refresh every 7 days. I know some people that absolutely hate Mondays, and I get it. I used to be that way too until I started to do what I really love. And it's important to find that. One of the things I really love is coming in every morning with you. I try and do a get ready with me. So let's do that this morning. Let me just finish up my brows here using my Adele powder brow set. I love this product because it never fails me. And I've had it for a really long time. Adele, Ardell, and it is a brow defining kit solutions, and it's in dark, number 65641. Love this stuff. It's great for your brows. We'll put some cement on them in a little while. I forgot to mention this, and I finally found it, and I am starting this today again in combination with my e.l.f. hydrator and my Revolution Makeup Revolution from London Fix and Glow Ultimate Primer. So I'm using these two together. Why am I doing that? Moisture, sheen. These two together. I had forgotten about this. It's been out in I don't know how. Just life's been really crazy, as you all know. And the difference in my skin with these two, I have nothing on. Nothing. Zero. And the difference is staggering. Nothing. Just these two. That's it. This morning. So, important to make sure that you find those products that prep your skin as beautifully as these two do for me. All right, now I'm going to be using my O'Shale foundation here. This is my stick foundation. Loving this product. You guys know why I love it so much. It is so light, so easy to manipulate. Gives me such an amazing coverage. It's an amazing formula at an amazing price with amazing results. What else could you possibly ask for? O'Shale Stick Foundation, and you get it on Amazon. I don't know of another high-end or drugstore makeup that gives me such a light feeling on my skin with such amazing coverage. There is nothing. I just have nothing in my collection that even compares to this. The coverage that I get, but the feeling that I'm not wearing any foundation, that's a rare, rare find. Because I do need foundation. You know, I am 63. I have flaws. I have age. I have spots. I have wrinkles. And this stuff literally melts into my wrinkles, smooths them out, covers them up, gives me back that complexion that I had 25 years ago. And there is no weight to it. There's just doesn't feel like I'm wearing anything. And believe me, when you have aged skin, it's hard to find something that feels as good as this does, because your skin is in just drinking up the products because your skin is aged. That finding a product that gives you that feels that sensation that you need your skin needs more and more and more and more hydration. And yet it doesn't feel like you have any product on. Well, that's astounding, frankly, to find a product that works like that. And so make sure I don't get that in my eye. I'm putting on a little bit of concealer under here, and I got it a little too close to my eye. And I don't want to get it in the eye, or else the eye is going to water all day because I have really sensitive eyes. This is a great concealer. This is DEMTLGY. You can get this at Amazon or on the TikTok shop. This is great. This is phenomenal. This really cool, this cooling wand really helps with the puffiness under here that we get as we age and as we struggle with sleep. There's a famous actress in the 30s, Joan Crawford, and I'm sure many of you will remember the movie Mommy Dearest, which was about her life and how she treated her children. By the way, did you get a drink this morning? Grab all your tools. I just jumped right in this morning and didn't ask you if you had all that together. Anyways, let's now go to loose powder that I've got that all on, although I do need to make sure, where did I just put my brush? Well, Carrie, what did you just do with it? It's not right in front of me. Anyways, she had this routine, and she did not really start showing her real age until she was well into her late 60s. She really was amazing with her skincare makeup routine. Too bad she didn't carry that over into her personal life, but she used a routine that most people today would be just aghast at. But what she used to do is she used to run every day, 5 miles every day. She used to get up at 4:30 in the morning. She would go run. I don't know if she ran 5 miles every day, but that's what this article said, so I kind of find that hard to believe. That would be an awfully long morning. But anyways, she would go run, and then she would take her shower, and she would literally scrub her face with a scouring brush, you know, like you would use in your kitchen sink, with extremely, I mean, hot, scalding water. And she would rinse her face in this hot water, put her face down into the hot water, and then after she did that, she would take her face and she would smother it with ice, and she would put her face down in the ice on and off for 5 minutes. So what she was doing is she was dilating her skin and then shrinking, dilating and shrinking and dilating and shrinking her skin. And you should go and look at pictures of Joan Crawford in her later years and see how old she is in the pictures that you're looking at, because you will be astonished at how old she was in some of the photos, and you would, at least I would never guess that she was as old as she was in these photos. But anyways, okay, today we're going to be using Aurora by MGL. Aurora Struck. It's this beautiful palette here. It's got all of these beautiful purples and greens, and we're going to come over here on this column today in this sage green. Obviously I'm wearing green today, my husband's favorite color. He loves green. So we're going to start with, let me get another brush here. We're going to start with a lighter sage green. And clean our brush here just because I haven't been cleaning them and I really need to remember to do that because I've been using lots of colors. So let's add this really pretty light sage green. I'll show you the colors I'm using once I'm done. And let's get that on the lid. All the way up. You want to put it all the way up into your entire socket if you want your eyes to be standing forward, if you will. You want them to pop out, or at least I do. I want them to sink backward. I want them to be seen. And the way you do that is by creating a wider, taller and wider socket area. Okay, we got that beautiful light green. So now let's come in and let's pick up a darker green. And let's outline with this darker green. I do want to thank everybody for their great messages of encouragement and support for my husband and I as we are on this ALS journey. It means a lot that you took the time to send a positive message, and that's what we plan on doing and staying as positive as we possibly can. Okay, now I'm just going to take that little lighter green and we're just going to blend that out a little bit. So it's not quite so dark. Same brush, and we're going to pick up that darker color. Come up here in transition, and we're going to put it on the bone, the big eye socket bone right there. I am not using much at all. This is very pigmented. Now when you're working with these darker colors, if you find that you've gone too dark, just grab the lighter color and blend it back out. Blending is your best friend when you are working with eyeshadows. I always try to have a lighter color and a darker color. So as you can see, this entire row, it goes from very dark and it starts to get lighter. So this is what we put on the lid. This is what I outlined with. Then it came back through and I blended with this, and then this one is where I'm going to come back here in the, once I get it all on, and I'm going to come back right in the inner third, right here, because we want that really light in the corners, so we have no shadowing. No greens, no blues. It's a really nice palette. I got it at Amazon. Great price too. The colors are extremely pigmented. They go on really dark. So small applications at a time. Use little in the beginning and then add. You'll get much better control if you start small and add the color as you need it, instead of starting with a really big amount of color and then you got to blend it out. that can be a little difficult if you start with a really, really dark color and then you can't get it blended, and then you're using too much and then it just looks cakey. I'm going to pick up my rectangular powder puff. I'm going to dip it down into our finishing powder, which is Makeup Revolution. And we're going to really make sure that we have no green fallout. That is a really, really pretty color. And I hit this one with a little too much powder. So we're just going to come back in and level out the colors a little bit. Cocoa Shimmer. LA Colors Cocoa Shimmer, one of my go-to everyday colors, as you guys know. Can't beat it. $4 at the dollar store, and it lasts and lasts. I will cover that with a little bit of gloss here when I get finished. Today we're going to be using Milani's Dolce, my darker color blush, because this is sort of a darker color scheme today with the greens, instead of what I normally use, which is my Water Brat. Milani's Baked Blush in Dolce. Dolce is the color. There are many, many variety of colors in this product. The reason it's so successful is there are so many different color combinations that you can buy. There's a pinky pink, there's a baby doll pink, there's a peachy color, there's a really beautiful deep burgundy color blush that looks fabulous. I have a tendency to stick to the lighter side. Okay, now I'm just using my powder puff to blend. My kabuki brush is still wet. I cleaned them all. Alright, now let's set these brows with our wonderful Benefit Bang brow setting product. Stuff works phenomenally. My brows do not move. All right. Looking good so far. Beautiful greens. I love that green. It's a great palette. Okay, let's pick up Milani's Lip Plumping Gloss. Just a little bit, just enough to get a lot of moisture on the lips. Makes them feel so much better. And push up and curl. Push up and curl. Push up and curl. All right. So today I'm going to start with my L'Oreal Panorama Mascara in Black. Really clean the wand. L'Oreal Panorama. And I'm going really as far down on the stalk of my lash as I can. I can actually feel the wand on the underside. That's how, trying to get to that very base. To grab that curl and lock it into place. You see a bit of a smudge, so I'm going to have to fix that. I'm going to let that dry there for a second. And I'm going to go find that tiny little brush of mine. I'm just going to grab the brush and I'm going to smooth out that, just smoothing out where I touched my lid with the end of that wand and I smudged the mascara. Try not to do it again here. And then we're going to go to the bottom lash and just enough to see lashes. That's what's great about, I knew that was going to do that. I knew it as sure as I just thought it in my mind the lights were going to go. So the great thing about this wand in particular is that it has this really tiny end. And so you can really get in here and grab these tiny little bottom lashes and add a really nice light coat, but get them, you know? Sometimes it can be challenging to work on the bottom lash line. So when you have a product that is easy to manipulate, and this one is definitely because of the size and the shape of the wand, it sure does help. All right, let's see. Glasses. Oh, that's really pretty. That green is just gorgeous. There's something about green and brown eyes that just is such a really nice color combination. That looks really nice. There we go, guys. My Monday. Remember this product, it's a great product, especially for people with aged skin, right? It just gives you this beautifully smooth complexion in the morning and adds a little bit of luster to the skin without weighing the skin down. And it's also a primer. Applies evenly after moisturizer using your fingers to create a luminous glow. It's a great product. So glad I found it again. There we go. That's it for me on this Monday. Have a great week, everybody. I hope it's a spectacularly successful week for you. Get out there and knock it out of the park. Be ready. Remember, you only get 10 seconds on those first impressions, and you never get them again. One time and done. And just don't let it pass you by. You never know where it's going to take you. It could change your world completely, so be ready for it. That's what we're all about here, helping each and every one of us be our best every day so we can knock it out of the park. Chase those dreams at any age. Thanks for being part of my community. Please, if you would, like, share, and subscribe. Forward this to somebody who loves makeup, who likes some interaction, and don't forget, continue to send me those messages on your favorite product, your favorite color, and your favorite line. We're working on gathering all that information, and we will do a video as soon as we'll let it go for another week or so, and then we'll make a decision on the brand, the color, and the product, and we will do a complete video on that. So I am looking forward to hearing more of your favorites in the next week. Have a safe day, everybody. Make it a great Monday. It's a new week, new start, new beginning. Anything is possible. Faith, love, hard work, dedication, and you can do anything you want. Believe in yourself. You're your most important supporter. And we'll see you tomorrow. Have a great Monday.